On this episode, guys, I'm going to show you how I'm going to permanently attach this muzzle brake to the barrel. One of the first things I'm going to need to do is I'm going to thread the hole that is here that came with this particular muzzle brake. I'm going to basically put a set of threads in there so I could run a nut in there and hold it down. What you'll want to do is find a tap set that fits whatever hole. If you do not get a hole with your muzzle brake for the purpose of pinning, you could just drill one yourself. Just be careful that you're not scratching or walking all over the surface of this. You don't want to mess it up too much. To be quite honest, I've already drilled this out a little bit and cleaned it up. That's why you'll see some shiny parts right there, just to make sure my tap fit perfectly. As you can see right here, I'm holding this muzzle brake in the vise with just some folded over paper towels. It doesn't have to be too sturdy, just enough that if I push on it, it's gonna hold. The reason why you don't have to really worry about it being too stiff or too sturdy is because you're really not going to be pushing in there hard. You're going to let the device do the work. You're going to let it thread on its own. You're not going to want to forcibly force it in there like a drill bit would, you know, a drill bit would. Okay. So right now, I've already cut the first row of teeth. I wanted to make sure I got that done without it being on camera. Now I'm all the way at the end. Let me back out. And just like that, we are perfectly threaded. Now let's check for fitment. Now, arguably the most important part of this is going to be dimpling the barrel. Now, this is actually a little less dimpled than I would like to see. And I am going to correct that in a little bit. But dimpling the barrel is very simple. Basically, before you even put your threads in the muzzle brake itself, you would screw it on until it is torqued to its exact location where it should be when everything's said and done. And then you simply take your drill bit and just drill down. Now, remember, you're drilling into a barrel. You don't want to go through too much. You don't really want to drill through the barrel. You just want to dimple it. And the dimpling will help. This is where the locking in place comes into effect. The dimple creates an area under the threads that the nut will screw down into and hold. This way it can never be unscrewed, in theory, unless you drill it out, of course, or use some other tool, but that can be said with everything. Alright, and as you can see right now, I have the torqued on muzzle brake, and I have secured the little bolt. Now, basically, I used a permanent heat resistant bolt adhesive, like a Loctite or something, like, you know, similar. I can't remember the name of it. The bottle is missing its label. I tore it off one day, sexually frustrated, whatever. But it is secured. This I know is not going to go anywhere from past experiences. This is going to stay. And next I will just cut the bolt off, polish this up a little bit, and then we will glue it. And as always, with any type of grinding on a firearm or metal remover, we're just going to hit it with some Birchwood Casey Super Blue from Birchwood Casey. This stuff works great, guys. I know there are other ones out there that other people prefer, but I have had nothing but good luck with this. I did hit the crush washer a little bit, and that doesn't seem to be bluing, so I'll just have to hit that with some type of marker or something like that. But once I go over this a couple more times, just like the bayonet lug, which actually after 48 hours now looks exactly like the finish around it, this will start to look just like it was always there, and there'll be no sign that it was ever pinned, except for the difference in texture. Alright guys, and actually, you know what, that you do want there to be some sign that it has been permanently attached, so this way if you ever have an issue, they can at least see that you permanently attached it. Before I go, I actually figured I'd give you guys one last shot now that it is blued and I fixed that little area right there where I nicked the aluminum crush washer. But as you can see, there's very little sign. There is sign, just so you don't get in trouble, but there's very little sign that it was actually drilled, tapped, and secured permanently. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
Yay!